Mmm.
Exactly. So
Look at that beautiful rust. Welcome to D-Mop Garage. We're back on the 1970 Beetle, another 1970 Beetle. This one's the custom build one, and last episode you saw us get this thing on the rotisserie. And today we're going to be doing welding, and lots of it. Yeah, welding all over the place. Oven Boy's doing motor stuff again.
see if I have a snake in the chassis somewhere.
There could be a snake in the chassis. We've got to be careful. We're going to fire up this welder. Make some noise. First job for this morning is plugging up all the trim holes, and there's plenty of them all the way around. And then after that we've got all these spots here where I've kind of gone and put yellow tape on it so that I see what I'm doing. And you can see here I've actually stripped off a little bit of paint with the coral wheel. We were going to sandblast it, but then we decided nah, it's just easier to coral wheel the whole thing back. There's not a lot of real estate that needs doing. Yeah, now what we're going to do with the welder is set this up on Synergic, which is there. And amperage as our setting here, I think we might start with 17.5. Let's see how we go with that. We might have to up it. Don't want to put too much heat into the panels. Let's get cracking. We might as well do these four right here first. Alrighto, that's those four done. Move on to the back. Righto, we've got doors to do. Let's head over to the other side. So that's that done. Next we'll flap all those back. Trying to think if there's any other holes. No, I think that's it for all the chrome trim, to delete all that. Okay, let's keep going. Righto, we've got the fan on just so I don't kill myself with fumes. We have also gone and ground all these welds back on both sides. And also this section here, we're just about to start chopping. This is probably the worst of the rust up on the top of the body. You can see you can put your fingers right through it. These ones over here, I've already plug welded those all back up again, so they're done. And that one there's done as well. And also these are all ground back as well. So we'll just try and do all the easy stuff first, and then we're going to have to flip it on its side and do that bottom structural stuff. So this bit here, what we're going to do here is just basically cut a line straight across here, take that piece out and put a new one in. Let's go.
2,000 years later.
We got this all finished off, so that's all done. What I like to do is just step this slightly down, probably a mil down, because obviously you're going to be adding a little bit of filler to that, so it'll bring it back to being level. Yeah, all this is all repaired. That's all done. What we're going to do now is just move this over my way, and let's bring it to the middle of the room a bit more. Probably be about there. And we're going to take our focus, just lock these off. Actually, we're going to be going all the way around. we're going to tackle this section here underneath, because as you can see that's riddled with rust. So we'll probably just chop the entire panel out here. I think this section here is all good, but this part here, we'll just cut that out and make a new piece. And obviously there's a little bit here that's got to be done too. So we're going to cut it, I think about here, right about there. So I'll just grab a ruler. I think if we go something like that, that will work. Right, let's get the grinder, chop this out.
Exactly. So,
Look at that beautiful rust. Nothing but the best rust. Right, we're going to go and transfer this over to some steel outside and cut it out. Okay, so we have the piece welded in. I'm still going to make a couple of, oh, there's a hole here, so we'll just chop that little piece out and weld it in, grind all this back, but at least we've got a nice solid bottom again, and then we can start on that side as well. So we might just, we'll cut this section out here first and repair that and move on from there. And there we have it, one little patch put in. Right, we'll grind all this back. Actually, I'll flip it the other way. I've still got the other little corner on that side to do as well. So, and then we can clean it all up and call the nose good. Then we can move on to this stuff here. All that there and that. Cut all that out. Right, keep moving on. Right, let's have a look at this mess here. Not too bad. I'll just lop this little corner off here and make another little piece. Right, we can start doing some grinding now. That's pretty much that whole front clip done. I won't bore you with sparks, so we'll move on to the next bit. All right, let's do a bit of paint stripping just to do something different. Alright, well, you can see how quickly it does strip it off, but makes a bloody mess. I just had to give my hands a bit of a rest because, yeah, it sucks. Righto, I'll just keep on going and get this thing done. Righto, guys, so it is the next day, and you can see that's all nice and finished. We're going to move on to this piece here now, which is going to be rather complicated because the plate underneath is actually snapped off its tab, so that's why I've got the bolt in there just to hold it there. Otherwise that little plate's going to go bye-bye. So we're going to have to repair this side here, there and there all in one go. I came to work with the single cab today because the wife's car's cracked it. So she's got my Transit and I'm in that thing. I love driving that thing. It's awesome. Righto, let's do a little bit of cutting here and see how we're going to go. Right, let's have a bit of a look at it. Pretty straightforward. Obviously this inner panel here is not looking flash either with a big hole in it, so we might cut that out too, and then that'll give us access to the plate underneath, because I've got a feeling as soon as I take that bolt out, that plate's going to go bye-bye, so we might even have to restrap it. They generally have a little strap over the top of the plate so that you can still have your adjustment happening. So yeah, I think we'll just cut that out and then we can have a bit of a look in there and see what's going on and then start to rebuild it. So let's keep going. We've done a little bit more work. You can see I've put some copper spray in there and rebuilt this section here as well and fixed that little part there. All we're going to do now is we've got to put 2 layers of steel here, a thicker piece from here to here, and then a thinner sheet over the top. So we'll get the thicker piece first and get that welded in and then go from there. So we got those front sections finished where the Napoleon hats were. There we go. Another bit of a look in there. And we've now moved our focus over to this back panel here. This is probably going to be the biggest repair we've got to do, because obviously this section here has to be completely replaced, and we'll probably just cut a little strip here and just do this bottom bit, and then obviously this corner here I'm going to take care of that too. So we'll start chopping this out and let's see how we go. So we've got our little pieces here ready. You can see there's the encapsulated nut that's going to be going. This is going to be sitting in here. We still have to get on the other side in there and cut all that out, but I just wanted to get this welded in position on the front side so we can get that put in now. Then we can flip it over and hit the other side and hit the corner here. Right, let's weld her in. Alright, we will let that, yeah, it's pretty good actually. We'll grind it back and we'll start hitting this little section on the corner here. Okay, we've got this panel done. Now it does have a little bit of a bit of a V or a concave just there where this weld was. Unavoidable because obviously you can't get to the other side of it, but we will use the stud puller just to pull this back out and get it a little bit better than that, because it's actually not fantastic. If we put a ruler on that, you can see there, not acceptable to put that much filler in it. So we will use the stud puller to pull that back out and go from there. Now the next thing we've got to do is rebuild this little corner here. So that's the next thing. Let's get onto it.
A few moments later.
Righto guys, we've got this sucker finished on this side. So that is ready for a little bit of work. We've got that side part done, and that will probably do it for this episode. But what's he doing? He's been playing with my single cab over here. Yeah, we're wrecking stuff over here. Well, we're just checking the O2 readings on this. So we've got our little computer. I've actually brought my computer there, but we're going to use Oven Boy's one because he's got a new Butte one, which is Australian made. I didn't put a link in the last episode on this thing, but they are made here. Lambda King Mark II. Now, Raytech Automotive, that's where you get them from, and they work really good so far. So we're just going to plumb this up and have a check.
Drive it home with the bung in and the other 0.2 metre thing on it, just to see what it gets all the way through.
Well, I can put mine on, yeah.
Oh, just take mine with it.
But how are you going to wire it? Oh, do you wire it? No, you won't.
I'll throw it over the cab and through. It's got a long, it's got a 5 metre long.
Oh, it does.
A power cable and.
So you can get power from the battery here? Yeah. Oh, you can. Oh well.
But you got to turn the power off when you're not using it. That's
well, no, my battery's off all the time anyway. And so.
When you put your wires, you go through here.
Up through the top and then straight into the engine bay. and I just gaffer tape it against the back of the bumper bar.
Quality gaffer tape.
Yeah.
You tie it around the bumper bar bracket?
Well, you could if you want to. You could zip tie it. Yeah.
Just loop it.
Or just loop it, yeah. Anyway, we won't bore you with this stuff. I will see you in another episode on the 1971 and catch you later. You.